less than the car accidents that took place last year. But what if I happen to be one amongst the 13? My mind protested again. Then lie down here in bed, snoring, and being a couch potato, missing the exhilarating experience in your life, I told my mind. As I drifted away into sleep, crossing the crippling boundary of what ifs, I remember telling myself, look darling, your skydiving support tomorrow is an expert. He has had several years of experience with thousands of skydives and not a single casualty to his record. Relax, take it easy. The next day, as the doors of the plane opened at 18,000 feet above ground level, I was ready, telling myself, I want to do it, I can do it, I will do it. I remember standing at the edge of the plane door, now fearlessly looking down, and then we jumped. That free fall was the most liberating experience of my life. Liberation from the two paralyzing words, what if? As we floated in the air, feeling light like never before, the parachute opened, and I thought to myself, today, the parachute is opened, and so has my mind. Open your minds. Face those things that are holding you back. Cross the limiting boundaries of your what ifs. Believe me, an amazing life waits ahead on the other side of what ifs.
Yoga is an incredible science that helps us transform our physical fitness, which is what it's largely known for today. But beyond even physical fitness, it's that science which can help us enhance our mental wellness. But I think even beyond mental wellness, yoga is a science that facilitates the deepening of our spiritual awakening. But to be honest, more than physical fitness, more than mental wellness, more than a spiritual awakening, yoga is a tradition, a culture, a set of values, a set of beliefs that can truly help us deal with much larger issues in the world than fitness. May it be climate change, or may it be issues that are being tackled by the 17 Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations: poverty, hunger, gender equality, education, life on land, life underwater, whatever these sustainable goals may be. Yoga has a solution, a proposed solution to deal with these larger problems and challenges that the entire world confronts today. I know that as soon as we hear the word yoga as a solution for global issues, we are skeptical. How can a system of exercise, how can a system of breathing be a solution to global issues and problems? Which is why I very strongly and firmly believe that we have to start thinking about yoga as more than exercise. We have to start thinking about yoga as dimensions which has the tenets to offer us solutions to our global problems.
Have any of you tried doing exercise, like a gym workout or jogging, and have realized that physical activity is painful? Have any of you as school or college students worked hard to get good grades and have realized that studying hard is pain? Ladies and gentlemen, pain is such an integral part of life that try as hard as we may, we just cannot escape. But we have a choice to accept the right kind of pain that initially hurts, but eventually heals. That initially is uncomfortable, but eventually unleashes our true potential. That initially we want to avoid, but eventually, very happily accept. Or the wrong kind of pain, where the beginning is so much pleasure, but at the end, life is just a pity. Where in the beginning, you're so mesmerized, but at the end, just a royal mess. Where in the beginning, things are so comfortable, but at the end, endlessly complex. The pain of exercise or the pain of disease. Which one will you choose?
Also, if you want to have more confidence, self-love, self-belief, check out my 254 series. The science says it can take up to 254 days of consecutive action to build a habit. So I've designed a special free program to help you get it, where I will send you an unlisted video to your email for the next 254 days to shift your self-belief forward. The link to sign up for free is in the description below.
It's easy to make a buck, very hard to make a difference. And whenever you're updating to a higher version of yourself, you have to be able to give the best of yourself to it.
No one on planet Earth can stop you from accomplishing and achieving what you want.
In a certain company, a young employee went to the HR head and said, I can't work here any longer. I want to quit this job. The HR head asked, why? Please tell me what happened. The whole atmosphere is so toxic to my mind, replied the young man. There are people here who are into a lot of politics. Then there are those who talk negative all the time. Some spend most of their time gossiping than working. I don't think I can handle this any longer. The HR head said, okay, but I have a request to make before you leave. The man asked, please tell me, what can I do for you, sir? The HR head said, I want you to do this one last thing sincerely. I want you to take a glass of water filled to the brim and walk around the office area 3 times without spilling a single drop of water on the floor. After that, you may leave the job if you wish. Though it sounded weird, the man thought it was just a matter of few minutes anyways. He took a glass full of water and walked 3 times around the office floor. He then came to the HR head to tell him that he was done. The HR head asked, when you were walking around the office floor, did you see any employee speaking badly about another employee? Any gossips? Any disturbances? The man replied, no. The HR head further asked, did you see any employee looking at another employee in a wrong way? No, replied the young man. And you know why? Asked the HR head. Because you were focused on the glass to make sure you didn't tip over and spill any water. And the same goes with our life. When we focus on our priorities, we don't have the time to see all the drama around us, the mistakes of others, gossip, politics, negativity, etc. The fact is, anywhere we go, we're going to find toxic people. Change of job or change of situation doesn't necessarily ensure freedom from such people. We should certainly do what we can to positively change things around us. But when we know that we've done our best and things still remain more or less the same, we should shift our focus to the glass of water, our priorities, our growth, our excellence, and then we won't be as much affected by the negativity around us. A man once called for his 4 sons and sent each of them to go and have a look at a pear tree that was a distance away from their home at their own convenience. The first son went to look at the tree in the winter season, the second in the spring, the third in summer, and the youngest son went to look at the tree in the fall. After a year had passed by, the father asked all four of them if they had visited the tree and if they could describe to him what they had seen. The first son said that the tree was ugly, bent, and twisted. The second son said, "Are you kidding? The tree was covered with fresh green buds and seemed so promising." Disagreeing with his two brothers, the third son said, "It was full of blossoms that smelled so sweet and looked so gracious. It is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life." The last son said, "They're all wrong, Dad. The tree was ripe and drooping with fruit. It was so full of life." The man explained to his sons that they were all correct because each one of them had seen only one season in the life of the tree. And then he taught them a very important lesson, that you cannot judge a tree or a person by only one season, by only one phase of their life. The essence of who they are can only be measured at the end when all the seasons are up. If you give up when it's winter, you'll miss the promise of your spring, the beauty of your to come, sooner or later. A beautiful, wealthy lady, gorgeously dressed, went to a happiness counselor and complained that she felt that her life was empty and had no meaning. The counselor patiently heard her out and then called over the old lady who cleaned the office floors. The counselor then said to the rich lady, "I'm going to ask this old lady to tell us how she found her happiness, and let's listen to her." So the old lady put down her broom, sat on a chair, and started telling her story. Within a short span of 3 months, I lost my husband who died of malaria and my only son who was killed in a car accident. Life became meaningless with nobody and nothing left. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat. I forgot the art of smiling. In fact, I even thought of ending my life. And one evening, as I returned from work, a little kitten followed me home. I felt really sorry for the little one. Since it was cold outside, I decided to let the kitten in. I got some milk and the kitten licked the plate clean. Then it purred and rubbed against my leg. And for the very first time in months, I smiled. I wondered to myself if helping a little kitten could make me smile, maybe doing something for people in need could it make me happy as well. So the next day I baked some biscuits and took them to a neighbor who was sick and was in bed. Every single day, I tried to do something good for someone. It made me so happy to see that today I do not know of someone who sleeps and eats better than I do.
Hello, 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 hello. Let me see if I can turn this down just a little bit. But I really just let y'all in my room. And one thing about me, I don't have company. So, to let that be said, y'all just were all in my business. But everything that you heard, everything that you saw was just free flow. And for me, this is what my yoga zen looks like tonight. As you heard, yoga is so much more than what you see. And, excuse me, what I'm honestly wanting to do is just introduce different things that I picked up along my own personal journey and see if it resonates with you. If it does, cool. Use the tool as you may, or pass it along to someone that you may feel can benefit from it. If not, that's cool too. You know what I'm saying? But yoga is one of them. So as you guys may have seen, I've been releasing yoga information because I'm having my first workshop in which I'm teaching, which I'm when I'm showing you basically a moonlight yoga flow, how to connect with different stages of your life, how to begin again the process of renewing and shedding and just moving forward, staying focused, finding ways to tune in to yourself, finding ways to pour into yourself. Also, changing our mindsets a little bit and changing them and changing the thoughts from why can't I do something to how can I do it, and actively pursuing what you're saying. Do you hear me? So the yoga workshop is just an introduction a little bit onto who I am, a little bit about different things that I may practice, different tools that I use in order to reset myself, to reground myself, to stay focused, to empower myself, because it's real out here. So to be able to empower yourself, different ways to just say, okay, I got this, without having to be told. Do you hear me? So let's talk. And I'm also wanting us to just break some barriers. Birmingham, we got some stuff out here to do. If we're out, what are we doing out? You know, like, what else is there? What other ways can you benefit from being in these places? So I just want us to work together so we can get some of this stuff done. You know what I mean? So holla at me. Hope y'all are having an amazing night.